Hello everyone, this is part 4 of What If Naruto Was Hashirama's Heir, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
The Sandaime Hokage had rushed to see Team 7 when he became knowledgeable of the events that occurred in the Forest of Death. After a telling of the story from Naruto and Sasuke's perspective, Hiruzen made sure it was all correct. "So you were found by Orochimaru in the forest?" asked Hiruzen, to which Team 7 nodded. "He defeated you all, placed a cursed seal on Sasuke, and just left with orders to his team to kill you both." After another nod, Hiruzen blew out a sigh. "Well, at least you all are still alive. Sasuke-kun, Kakashi has a plan to deal with your seal," said Hiruzen as Kakashi walked in with a yo. "He's going to place a Fujihoin, evil sealing method, on you to suppress the influence of the seal. However, due to the power of the cursed seal, it'll take your willpower to control how effective the Fujihoin is," finished Hiruzen as he saw Naruto smirk. "So basically, Sasuke got a hickey from a pedophile. That hickey is imbued with the pedophile's power. Kakashi is going to suppress the hickey's power to keep Sasuke from using said hickey." "Got it," said Naruto as Sasuke turned toward him with a glare. "I'm not gonna use this cursed seal. But it's nice to have an additional safeguard to keep the influence down. I don't need somebody else's power. I am an Uchiha," said Sasuke, turning toward Kakashi while also showing Naruto the Uchiha crest on his back. After Kakashi finished snickering at Naruto's hickey remark, he and Sasuke both exited the room to take care of his cursed seal. Sakura had left Naruto and Sasuke earlier to get some rest from staying up while they were incapacitated. It was just Naruto and Hiruzen left in the room. "Gigi," said Naruto as he lifted his mesh shirt and channeled some chakra to show off his seal. "Can you remove this seal? I didn't want to bring it up in front of my teammates because they don't know about my status yet, but Orochimaru placed it on me during our fight," finished Naruto as he was struck in the gut sharply by Hiruzen. "Gogyokaian, 5 elements unsealed," said Hiruzen as Naruto fell asleep again. "Of course I can, Naruto-kun. Now get some rest before the finals. I want to see you impress me, my dear boy." Hiruzen then picked up Naruto and took him to his room. After laying him down in his bed, the Sandaime disappeared back to his office to prep for the third exam. 2 days later. The 2 days since Team 7 finished the test was relatively uneventful for Kakashi's genins. Sasuke had his seal suppressed and Naruto finally had control over his chakra again. Nothing else really happened besides that until today. Team 7 had been given instructions to go to an arena, where they were met by 5 other teams. The 2 other rookie teams from Konoha, Team Guy, the Sand Siblings, and Kabuto with his team. Seems there was only 18 genin left including them and 15 were from Konoha. They were all situated in a huge arena with platforms on either side. On the platform directly facing them was the Hokage. Upon all of the genin arriving, Hiruzen addressed them with kindness. "Congratulations to all the genin who have passed the second exam. Before you can continue to the third exam, I will now inform you on a few things," said Hiruzen. In years past, the Chunin exams were and still are a contest. A contest that pitted each nation's aspiring Chunin in a duel between each other to show their village's strength outside of wars. This final exam is observed by many people, including potential clients and daimyos all across the elemental nations. One does not have to win the tournament to be promoted to Chunin. Just display skills that may qualify them for promotion. Hiruzen was about to continue until he was interrupted by a sickly ninja with a prevalent cough. "Excuse me, Hokage-sama, if I may interject, I would like to take over from here," asked the ninja as Hiruzen nodded. "Hello all, I am Heir Gecko and I shall be your proctor for the third exam," said Heir as he coughed a few times. "Due to the number of you all, there will be preliminary matches immediately to dwindle the numbers," finished Heir as he was met with a complaint. One of Kabuto's teammates spoke up, "We just got here 2 hours ago. Do we not get to rest first?" "No. Unfortunately, you will be handicapped but those are the rules." After answering the genin's question, Heir continued with, "We will have one-on-one duels that will pit you against one another. Too many of you finished this time, so we must do this to weed some of you out. That way we'll finish with less than 10 competitors to begin the finals." Now is there anyone who would like to forfeit right now? Quitting now doesn't affect your team as you all are individuals from this point forward, asked Heir as he only saw Kabuto's hand raise. You may leave, thank you for coming. After Kabuto departed, Heir pointed to a monitor behind him. Now that that's settled, each of you has been placed into a randomizer that will display your names on the board in pairs. When your name shows up, whoever's name is on there as well shall be your opponent. You will battle each other until one of you quits, dies, or I rule it over due to a tie or your inability to continue. My word is law, and if I say it's over, it's over. Am I clear? Asked Heir as all the genin nodded. After Heir spoke, the monitor started flying through names until it stopped on Sasuke Uchiha and Yoroi Okado. Will Sasuke Uchiha and Yoroi Okado remain here while all the other genin move to the platforms that surround the arena floor? Following instructions, all the other genin moved up to the platforms as Sasuke, Yoroi, and Heir were the only ones left on the arena floor. Heir coughed a few more times as he looked to each fighter. Are you both ready? Hajime, said Heir as he backed away to give the genin some space. Yoroi twitched slightly but noticed Sasuke stood motionless besides crossing his arms over his chest. Yoroi moved around a little but Sasuke still stood with his arms crossed and his Sharingan active. I thought he wouldn't be able to use that without being affected by the cursed seal. It doesn't matter, he won't be able to stop my technique, thought Yoroi. Yoroi's left hand began to emit a blue aura of chakra as he took off in a sprint towards Sasuke. Sasuke didn't make a move to defend the still approaching Yoroi. So Yoroi just slammed his hand onto Sasuke's forehead and smashed him into the ground with force. Sasuke's face changed to one of shock as he could feel his chakra leaving him. Yoroi smirked as he realized how easy this victory was. Yes, I have the ability to suck out a person's chakra through my jutsu. You never had a chance, said Yoroi as Sasuke started to struggle with less power. Yoroi thought he had it in the bag until he felt several kunai pierce his body. Yoroi screamed in pain as he looked up to see Sasuke still standing with his arms crossed. He was confused as he looked down to see that Sasuke turn into dust. What is going on? I know I hit you with my technique. I felt your chakra leaving you, said Yoroi as he began to lose consciousness from blood loss. Seems you don't know about the power of the Uchiha clan. Too bad, said Sasuke as Yoroi collapsed on the floor unconscious. Heir looked at Yoroi and then called it Shusa, Sasuke Uchiha. With the spectators. I need a Sharingan, said Shikamaru. Naruto stood beside Shikamaru as he looked amused at his comment. Why's that, Shika? Asked Naruto as around them, people were wondering how Sasuke just won. All Sasuke did was lock eyes with him and he passed out without neither of them moving a muscle. Yoroi didn't even get touched by Sasuke or even harmed but still got defeated. If I could do that, beating people by staring, I'd be so happy. If only, said Shikamaru as Naruto burst out laughing. Kakashi decided to quell everyone's questions as he told them about Sasuke's victory. The Sharingan is a powerful dojutsu techniques that allows the user many abilities. One being, the ability to cast powerful genjutsu with a mere glance. Sasuke defeated Yoroi in a genjutsu and Yoroi must have passed out from the mental belief of actually losing. That's why Sasuke won without harming Yoroi, or moving for that matter, said Kakashi with an eye smile as a member of his squad passed. Seems his eyes have gotten stronger, did he get his third tomo? Pondered Kakashi as Sasuke walked up the platform to stand by Naruto. Sasuke smirked at Naruto while walking up with his Sharingan still active. I'll be seeing you later on it seems Naruto, said Sasuke flaunting his improved Sharingan as his tomo began to spin slightly around his pupil. Hey, maybe. I haven't gone yet, I could lose, said Naruto with a straight face as he stared at Sasuke's straight face as well. They held their poker faces until he and Sasuke started laughing. Don't worry Sasuke. I'll be there to kick your ass again for the world to see, said Naruto as he heard a voice in his head. A voice he hadn't heard in a while. So the Uchiha boy has a better Sharingan now. Means nothing compared to what I've seen you do, said Kurama in Naruto's head. Kurama, you're back. By the way, you were so right about Fuinjutsu. I got hit by 5 fingers twice and passed out both times. Fuinjutsu is scary, replied Naruto as he heard Kurama laugh. Told you it was. Took that snake to beat some sense into you for you to get my point. I could have kicked his ass I bet if I used all of my abilities, said Naruto as Kurama agreed, though it was debatable. Naruto was easily one of the strongest in Konoha when using his chakra and Mokuton abilities. But Orochimaru was Orochimaru, one of the Sannin and definitely not a pushover. While Naruto and Kurama were conversing, the board landed on two more names. Temari and Tenten. Naruto paid no attention to this match as soon as he saw Tenten firing weapons. It's pointless. Temari-chan is carrying a fan which I'm sure she uses proficiently. She'll just blow all of your projectiles away. Sorry, Tenten, she's your worst matchup, thought Naruto as he saw Temari continue to blow away Tenten's projectiles. Eventually, Temari had enough and finished Tenten by catching her in a tornado of wind that tormented the brown-haired girl. Heir called it once he saw that it was over. Shusa, Temari. You made that fan look so sexy. I need one in my life, said Naruto loudly, getting a smirk from Temari as she walked back up. After the medics moved Tenten, the names started spinning again. Choji Akamaiki vs Shino Aburame. Sucks for Choji. He'll be a big target for Shino's bugs and since his only techniques involve chakra-induced expansion, he'll lose, thought Naruto. Naruto was proven right as Choji kept smashing into Shino. Though they were only Mushy Bunshin's bug clones, which proceeded to empty Choji's reserves after about 2 minutes. Shusa, Shino Aburame. Naruto perked up slightly at the next match, Neji Hyuga vs Hinata Hyuga. Though Naruto became disappointed at Hinata's lack of fight going against her cousin. Neji didn't have that problem as he dismantled Hinata viciously throughout the fight. Though Naruto got fed up at the end when Neji went for the kill. Neji was stopped a few feet from Hinata by several people. He was locked in a grip from Guy while Kakashi held his left arm and Kurenai held his right. But everyone was surprised to see Naruto in between Hinata and Neji with a fist held firm, inches from Neji's face. Seems the main branch gets special treatment again, said Neji before he got the chills at Naruto's glare. Neji, I have nothing against you as a person. But for what you did to Hinata-chan here, knowing Heir would have called the match regardless of her will to fight, is unbecoming of a Konoha nin. You better hope I don't see you in the finals as I promise to deal out tenfold to you what you gave to Hinata-chan, said Naruto as he clenched his fist that held a bit of Hinata's blood in it. Neji was taken away shortly afterward by Guy. Hinata was assisted by medics as everyone else returned to the stands. The next fight was between Shikamaru Nara and Sakura Haruno. Many people believed Sakura would have an easy victory against the dead last of his class. However, Naruto knew better. Shikamaru's the smartest person I know. He is only the dead last due to his unwillingness to do school work. I want Sakura to win as her teammate but Shikamaru's too smart, thought Naruto as Sakura charged Shikamaru and lashed out with punches and kicks. Shikamaru dodged Sakura's attempts as he eventually backed up far enough to place his hands in the ram seal. Kajime no Jutsu, shadow possession technique, said Shikamaru, once his and Sakura's shadow connected. Shikamaru made Sakura pull out a kunai as he said, Sakura, forfeit. I placed my kunai holster on my left leg before this match started so as you can see I'm not holding one. You are and I'm not afraid to make you harm yourself, so give up. Sakura looked dejected as she realized she couldn't stop Shikamaru. So with reluctance, she gave up to keep herself from harm. Shusa, Shikamaru Nara, said Heir as both Shikamaru and Sakura walked back up the platform. Good job Sakura, maybe you'll get a better opponent next time. Shikamaru's tough, said Naruto as Sakura smiled slightly. Upon noticing Shikamaru's face, Naruto asked a question. What's up with the face Shikamaru? Shikamaru sighed. I should have lost. I could have been done with this tournament and slept for the rest of it. Now I'll have to fight again. Troublesome. Hopefully, I don't go against another girl. Troublesome, said Shikamaru as he likely jinxed himself. Naruto laughed slightly as he saw the board shift to another pair of names. Kankuro and Misumi Tsurugi. Naruto found the match hilarious when Misumi realized he had been fighting a puppet the whole time. After receiving a bone-crushing hug from said puppet, Misumi was done. Shusa, Kankuro, said Heir as he looked wary for the next match. Gaara vs Rock Lee. Gaara v Lee. Yosh. Now I can show everyone the power of youth, claimed Lee excitedly. Lee felt a hand clasp his shoulder and looked up to see a blinding smile. Atta boy Lee. Show them that you're in the springtime of youth. claimed Guy just as excited as he patted Lee on the shoulder. Lee did a salute as he leaped down to the arena floor. Gaara arrived in a Shunshin, standing with his arms crossed, looking uninterested in Rock Lee or this tournament for that matter. Heir looked at both competitors as he started the match. Hajime, said Heir as he backed away. Lee took to the beginning stance of the Goken as Gaara popped the cork off his gourd. Sand seeped out of the gourd and surrounded Gaara on the ground in a crude circle. Lee, having enough of just standing around, vanished to attack Gaara. Gaara looked shocked to see his sand blocking Lee's strikes, but not seeing Lee. Is he moving that fast? Questioned Gaara as he kept swiveling his head to see sand dispersing after being struck, but no Lee. In the stands, Sasuke handed Naruto 100 Ryo as he said, "Thanks for keeping me from getting my ass whipped before the first exam. That speed is ridiculous." Naruto smirked at Sasuke, who was keeping his Sharingan eyes glued on the match. Seems he's trying to copy Lee. A smart idea as that's the best taijutsu I've ever seen, thought Naruto watching Lee trying to beat on Gaara. Shukaku, said Kurama in Naruto's head. Shukaku, as in the Ichibi. He's here. Where is he? Asked Naruto as he kept watching the match. Gaara. Yes. I can feel Shukaku's chakra seeping out of the boy. Not to mention he's from Suna, and Suna's Bau is Shukaku. He's likely the Jinchuriki. Those black marks around his eyes are bags. Shukaku doesn't allow his hosts to sleep, so it's even more likely now, finished Kurama as Naruto mentally nodded. Why would Sunagaku send its Jinchuriki to a Chunin exam in a foreign village? Said Naruto as he pondered over it. I don't know, but be wary of him if you're not using your full power. Jinchuriki, no matter how small the Bau, are extremely dangerous when they're using their Bijuu's power, said Kurama as Naruto noticed something. Are you helping me? Seems you aren't that big, scary beast. You're just a fluff. You finish that sentence, I'll kill you, said Kurama dangerously as he cut off Naruto. Okay, I love you too, said Naruto. I'm gonna tear you to SHR, started Kurama before Naruto cut the connection to focus on the fight. Arena floor. Sometime during Naruto's inner conversation with Kurama, Lee had taken off some weights and received a huge boost in speed. With his weights off, Lee's speed began even more unbelievable. He was now able to land blows on the Suna Jinchuriki. Despite Lee's powerful blows, Gaara's sand armor proved to be durable as he was still standing and able to fight. Sensing the need for a powerful finisher, Lee resorted to the move designed to beat Neji. Seems like I'll have to show my trump card. Even after smashing him with the front lotus, it still couldn't defeat him. I wish I could save it, but I need to put him down with something more powerful, thought Lee as he crossed his arms in an X. Hachiman Tonku, Simon Kai 8 inner gates, gate of life released, said Lee. Lee's skin immediately turned red and a swirl of chakra circled him. Shoman Kai gate of pain released, said Lee as a green aura surrounded him. Everyone could feel the power emanating from his body. It was incredible. A few moments after Lee said that he vanished to appear underneath Gaara. Lee planted a foot into Gaara's chin that sent him sailing in the air. Lee appeared above Gaara and looked hellbent on causing harm. Gaara's sand shield couldn't keep up as Lee proceeded to bash Gaara around multiple times in the air. Eventually, after a dozen or so hits, Lee decided to finish Gaara. This will be the end. Tomankai gate of closing release, said Lee as he vanished again to hit Gaara with a series of quick gut punches. Before Gaara could hit the ground, Lee pulled Gaara back up by the bandage wrapped around his waist. Ura wrench reverse lotus, said Lee as he hit Gaara with an open-handed palm strike and kick at the same time. Gaara went crashing to the ground as Lee landed a little ways away. There's no way he could get up from that, thought Lee as his right arm and right leg were in pain from using that last move. The same arm and leg were now in more pain as sand crept up his arm and proceeded to squeeze down on them. Sabaku Q, sand binding coffin, said a weak Gaara as his sand crushed Lee's arm and leg. He was trying to move it further around his body, but Guy showed up and quelled that movement. That's enough, said Guy as he took Lee away to the medics. Due to an interference, Shusa Gaara, said Heir as Gaara was grabbed by his sensei and taken back to the platform. His Bau would assist in healing him. Since there are 3 competitors left, there will be a 3-way fight between Ino Yamanaka, Kiba Inuzaka, and Naruto Senju, said Heir as the 3 walked down the steps. Shit. I got to fight Naruto. I would try to team up with Ino, but I know she'll take his side. Looks like it's me and Akamaru. It's no worries, we've gotten better since the academy, we got this, thought Kiba as he arrived on the destroyed arena floor. Oh no, I have to fight my husband. Life isn't fair. If I lose, he'll think I'm too weak to be his wife and he'll never date me. If I win, he'll hate me for embarrassing him. What do I do? Said Ino in a panic over fighting Naruto, totally forgetting that Kiba was fighting as well. Let's see how good my comrades have gotten, thought Naruto as he got into his ready stance. Ino and Kiba did the same as Heir lowered his arm. Hajime. Naruto began with a speedy shunshin and planted a powerful punch into Kiba's jaw, that rocketed the Inuzaka back to the wall. Naruto then turned to Ino and saw her holding a unique seal. Shintenshin no Jutsu mind-body switch technique, said Ino as she fired her jutsu at the surprised Naruto. Ino's body fell to the ground as her jutsu flew at Naruto. Everyone was then shocked to see Naruto rush over and catch Ino before she fell before eventually setting her down gently. That was easier than I thought, came the voice of Naruto as everyone became even more shocked. Naruto was hit by Ino's jutsu. With the spectators. Wow, Ino got her jutsu to hit Naruto, said Shikamaru, shocked to see the result. She can make Naruto forfeit. To think Naruto would allow himself to be hit by that jutsu. He knows all about it too. Sasuke looked shocked to see Naruto get struck by that jutsu so easily. Sakura was surprised her rival could catch Naruto off guard like that. Naruto was never caught off guard usually. The Konoha Jonin all looked dreadful as they knew that since Naruto was a Jinchuriki, his Bayu would be in there with Ino. They feared the worst. Everyone looked hysterical as they saw Naruto tying Ino up with a rope. Back at the arena. Nice try Ino-chan, gotta be a little faster. You almost had me there, said Naruto as he felt Kiba approaching. Two Kibas. Gatsuga, double piercing fang, said Kiba. He and Akamaru, who was transformed into Kiba, came flying at Naruto in a spinning display of death. Naruto managed to toss Ino back up into the stands to her sensei right before spinning out of the way of the first Kiba. Naruto tried to evade the second but received a cut on his hand for his troubles. Almost had you, Naruto. Let's see how good you do when blind, said one of the Kibas as he dropped a smoke bomb. Both Kibas barreled into the smoke in another Gatsuga, double piercing fang, to catch Naruto full force this time. Eventually, the smoke cleared and you could see three Kibas standing in a triangle. One of the Kibas smirked as he decked another Kiba with a punch. I can smell you, Naruto. You can't hide from my nose in a simple henge transformation, said Kiba before realizing there were two more Narutos. I knew that, said Naruto with a kunai held to both Kiba's necks. The Kiba that got punched, converted into Naruto before turning into rocks, signaling an Iwabunshi rock clone. Damn it, how did I not smell you until it was too late? Asked Kiba. It's easy to pinpoint my location with your nose. But if I'm underground, I'm sure it makes it tougher to find me through the earth. So while that cloud of smoke was in the area, I replaced myself with a clone and hid underground. Then popped out to catch you off guard. Give up, said Naruto as he pushed the kunai closer to Kiba's neck. After a forfeit from Kiba, Heir called the match. Shusa, Naruto Senju. Will all the winners please come down to the arena floor? We have a few announcements, said Heir. Kiba left the arena floor as Naruto stayed. Sasuke, Temari, Shino, Shikamaru, Neji, Kankuro, and Gaara arrived at the arena floor as Heir addressed them again. Congratulations. You 8 genin are the finalists that will compete in the Chunin exam in 1 month. It will be just like this except we will find out your opponent right now through selection. You will pull a number from the hat and announce what number you received. We will pair you by numbers. Anko brought the hat toward Naruto as he pulled first. 1, said Naruto as Anko brushed past him. I still remember kid, whispered Anko as her hips brushed up against Naruto's lower regions. Nice package. That lady again. Is this rape? Wait, is it rape if I like it? Thought Naruto, freezing up again as he felt his blood flowing. Naruto would need a cold shower later. Sasuke pulled his card next. 6. Temari -8. Shino -5. Shikamaru -7. Neji -2. Kankuro -3. And Gaara received 4 by default. Match 1, Naruto Senju vs Neji Hyuga. Match 2, Kankuro vs Gaara. Match 3, Shino Aburame vs Sasuke Uchiha. Match 4, Shikamaru Nara vs Temari. Match 5, winner of Match 1 vs winner of Match 2. Match 6, winner of Match 3 vs winner of Match 4. Match 7, winner of Match 5 vs winner of Match 6. Now that all your opponents have been figured out, use this month to prepare for the finals. Your village will be represented, so fight with that in mind, said Heir as all the genin vacated the arena. One day later, the next day, Naruto was walking around Konoha, headed to find someone. Naruto was wearing a simple grey long-sleeved shirt with the Senju clan crest on his back and black pants that connected to his black shinobi sandals. He wasn't wearing his forehead protector at the moment, so his hair was covering his eyes a little. Kakashi had taken Sasuke away into the mountains to prepare him for the finals. Naruto had asked Kakashi for help, but Kakashi informed him that there was already someone capable down by the hot springs, plus they had already called dibs on teaching him. So that's who Naruto was headed to find meet. Upon arriving at the hot springs front door, Naruto heard a weird noise coming from around the corner. Naruto turned the corner to see a man with white hair giggling. Before Naruto could say anything, Ebisu appeared and began berating the man. "Excuse me, sir, it is improper to peek on the women in the hot springs. I'll have to ask you to leave," said Ebisu as the man never moved. Ebisu noticed the man didn't move, so he went to forcefully remove him. Ebisu reached for the man's collar to grab him and drag him away. However, the man jumped into the air, causing Ebisu to overreach and stumble underneath him. Ebisu was shocked at the man's swift movement, as he was then crushed by the sudden appearance of a toad and rendered unconscious. "Wow, that was so cool, mister. Was that a summoning?" asked an excited Naruto as he approached the man. "Oh ho ho, so you like what you see, huh?" asked the man as he turned to face Naruto. He was a tall man with waist-length, spiky white hair tied back into a ponytail, with two shoulder-length bangs that framed both sides of his face. He had red lines that ran down from his eyes and wore a horn forehead protector with the kanji for oil. He also had a noticeable wart on the left side of his nose. The man wore a green short shirt kimono and matching pants, under which he wore mesh armor that showed out of the sleeves and legs of his outfit. His outfit was completed with handguards, a simple black belt, traditional Japanese getter, wooden sandals, a red haori with two simple yellow circles on each side, and a scroll on his back. Naruto recognized the man immediately. He had his suspicions when he saw the toad, but the oil forehead protector cleared all doubt. You're, said Naruto before he was cut off. "I am Myaboku Mountain's monk of the Toad Spirits, also known as the Toad Sage. Jiraiya of the Sannin," claimed Jiraiya as his toad disappeared. Naruto had stars in his eyes as he looked at the sage. "You're better than what I've read about. You taught the Yondaime Hokage, who is my hero. But I never pictured you to be a pervert," said Naruto, a little perverted. Jiraiya looked slightly shocked to see Naruto be perverted. Sadly, Naruto didn't know the first rule of peeking: no loud talking. Inside the baths, one woman said, "Pervert. There's a pervert outside." "Ah, geez, they figured out I was peeking. But I'm not a pervert," said Jiraiya. "I'm a super pervert," boasted Jiraiya proudly. "Right. Well, Kakashi-sensei said there was someone here that would oversee my training for the month. Are you that person? If so, could you please train me for the finals?" asked a hopeful Naruto. "Hey, the kid looks exactly like Minato does. Except he has his mother's eyes. He even knows how to ask for training. Why not see what he can do? But I need lunch," thought Jiraiya before he said, "Buy me lunch every day I train you, and I'm in." Naruto pulled out his toad wallet, affectionately named Gama-chan. After opening it, he proceeded to cry at how much money he'd lose over the month, but it'd be worth it. 2 hours later. "Hey kid, you should definitely hit that," said Jiraiya to Naruto as he and Naruto exited a dango restaurant. Naruto's face turned red as he remembered the incident. Flashback, 40 minutes ago. "So you're telling me pancakes are better than waffles?" asked Jiraiya as he finished giving his order. "Yes, I could eat pancakes all day. Especially with blueberry syrup," said Naruto as he and Jiraiya were conversing. Naruto and Jiraiya were already talking like good friends after only knowing each other for an hour. Naruto was about to continue speaking until he paused and twitched a little. "Your hot chick senses going off too?" asked Jiraiya as he felt a beautiful woman approaching due to his own sensing abilities. Naruto went red in the face as he felt Anko arrive, literally. She appeared sitting in his lap with a kunai to his neck. Anko greeted Jiraiya. "Hello Jiraiya-sama, I see you're hanging out with the Gaki brat." "Indeed I am Anko-san. It seems you need a moment, I'll be back," said Jiraiya as Anko thanked him. Naruto was mouthing, "Help me," to Jiraiya as he left Naruto alone. Jiraiya only held both thumbs up as he disappeared around the corner. "If you needed help Naruto-kun, you could have just asked. I'll definitely assist you with anything," said Anko as she looked back toward Naruto. She then looked down. "Anything?" said Anko, a little suggestive. It took all of Naruto's willpower to keep himself from reacting to Anko. Naruto and Jiraiya's dango arrived as Anko took a stick from Naruto's plate. "Seems you're better than I thought. But I'll get you Gaki. Just you wait," said Anko. She placed the dango in her mouth seductively as she slowly ground her way out of Naruto's lap. "Bye Anko-chan," said Naruto as he sat frozen. "She's still not wearing underwear," thought Naruto as Jiraiya sat back down. "Have a nice talk Naruto?" asked Jiraiya with a smirk. Naruto merely nodded as he ate the rest of his dango in silence. Flashback end. "I have to learn how to handle those situations better," said Naruto as Jiraiya laughed. "We'll add that to your training brat," said Jiraiya as Naruto and he arrived at a training ground. "Naruto, before we start, give me a rundown of your abilities." "Okay, well I am pretty good at all the shinobi arts, I've been told ninjutsu's my favorite. Taijutsu, I'm still using the basic academy style but I'm not shabby at it due to my speed. Genjutsu, I know how to dispel them and I can cast a few. Though I rarely use them on any ninjas as they can be broken easily. Ninjutsu comes easy to me as I have 3 chakra natures. I have a pretty nice arsenal of jutsu but I do need some heavy hitters. I'm a level 3 fuinjutsu user and that's pretty much it," said Naruto until he saw Jiraiya laugh slightly. "Kid, I'm Konoha's spymaster. I know all about your abilities, even your untold abilities," said Jiraiya as leaned in to whisper, "Mokuton and the Kyuubi. You're quite the special kid." Naruto had a shocked face as only Kakashi, Tenzo, and Hiruzen knew about both of those. "I should have known you'd know. Yes, I can use Mokuton and about 1 tail of my Bijuu's chakra." "Great. Now that that's out of the way, let's get to your training. Since you have ninjutsu down and I suck at genjutsu, we'll focus mainly on taijutsu and even fuinjutsu, as I'm a level 8 seal master. That'll only be with your time with me, I'm sure your other sensei will help you with your ninjutsu. Though I may show you a few special jutsu of mine. Since you don't have a taijutsu style, I'm going to teach you Kawazu Kumat Toad Fist. It's taijutsu only used by toad summoners," said Jiraiya as he paused for Naruto to catch his drift. It took Naruto a few seconds to understand Jiraiya. "I'm gonna be a toad summoner. But why would you choose me?" asked Naruto, confused at Jiraiya's intentions. They had just met, what made him so special? "Well, it's been a while since I've had an apprentice. I'm getting old and I've been watching you. You seem perfect to become a toad summoner," said Jiraiya as he puffed out a scroll. "All you have to do is draw a little blood and write your name in this space here. Place all 5 fingers here, and you're golden," said Jiraiya as Naruto did all the required steps. Naruto noticed he placed his name next to Minato Namikaze, the Yondaime Hokage. "I have a new title to add to my name. I am Naruto Senju, future Hokage, ramen connoisseur, and toad summoner of Konoha," said Naruto as he puffed his chest out a little bit. "Not exactly, you first have to summon the toad boss and get his approval. To summon, you need to bite your thumb to draw blood, perform these hand seals boar, dog, bird, monkey, ram, and slam your palm onto a surface while channeling a huge amount of chakra," said Jiraiya before he continued with, "You may not get it on your first. Kuchio's no jutsu summoning technique," said Naruto, cutting off Jiraiya as a huge plume of smoke appeared. "Jiraiya, why did you summon me?" asked a huge red toad wearing a blue vest carrying a huge sword. The toad also had a pipe in his mouth. "Hello, I am Naruto Senju. I was the one who summoned you, would you happen to be the chief toad?" said Naruto as he leaped off the toad's head to land in front of him. The toad looked down at Naruto and almost had a heart attack. Is this Minato's kid? He's grown up so big. And he seems like a capable shinobi. Where is Jiraiya? I have a few questions for him, thought the toad before he spoke. You summoned me. Hey, Well, what do you want as I am the Toad Chief, Gamabunter, said Gamabunter. Naruto smiled slightly as he said, well, I was told that I needed your permission to become an official Toad summoner. So how do I go about doing that? Do I ask or is there a requirement? PFFT, this kid. If he's Minato's kid then of course, but why not mess with him? Thought Gamabunter as he said, of course you can be a Toad summoner. If you share a drink with me. A drink? Hey, he has to be 20 to drink alcohol. He'll probably panic about being too young to, thought Gamabunter until he was cut off by Naruto. You supplying, said Naruto completely willing to go along with it. Gamabunter looked shocked for a second until he smiled. Summon me back in 15 minutes, said Gamabunter as he disappeared in a puff of smoke. Jiraiya peeked his head around from a nearby tree as he said, I heard y'all were drinking. 1 month later. The next month passed quickly as Naruto was headed toward Konoha Stadium, where the Chunin exam finals were being held. Naruto was wearing clothing similar to an Anbu as it was a gift from Tenzo. Tenzo had given Naruto the outfit when he visited him last week. Naruto was clad in a black t-shirt, black Anbu-style pants with Anbu-style sandals on. He also had on a gray flak jacket like Konoha Anbu. To complete his outfit were matching gray arm guards with black forearm warmers underneath. He wore his forehead protector around his forehead like normal as he walked into the stadium. He was halted from going farther as he was directed to the area for the finalists. Yo, sup Shino. Ready for today, said Naruto to the only other person there at the moment. Hello, Naruto-san. I believe I'm adequately prepared for the fights. Are you ready for the finals? Responded Shino in kind. Naruto smiled slightly. Of course I am. This day means a lot for me, said Naruto thinking about learning about his parents. Naruto conversed with Shino a little more until he felt a trio appearing. Temari-chan, Kankuro, and Gaara, said Naruto as the trio walked in. Kankuro grunted in response. Temari smiled a sweet smile at Naruto in return. Gaara looked toward Naruto warily. Gaara was eyeing Naruto as he was talking to Temari. Gaara eventually interrupted Naruto's flirting with Temari with a statement. Mother says to be wary of you. She wants you to die, if possible, said Gaara as Naruto heard Kurama laugh. Kid thinks Shukaku is a girl. Ha, that's perfect, said Kurama laughing with Naruto mentally. Kurama had told Naruto about the other Bau. The gender was also brought up and Shukaku was considered a boy. Well maybe, but you never know. You could be dangerous as well. Ichibi, said Naruto as the Sand trio gasped. He knows about Gaara. How much does he know? Does he know about the war? I need to tell Sensei, thought Temari as her blush immediately left at hearing Naruto say Ichibi. Luckily Shikamaru came in and captured Naruto's attention with a greeting. The Sandaime began speaking to the crowd as well since you could hear his voice emanate through the walls. A few moments later, Sasuke walked in to complete the group of finalists. Naruto took notice of Sasuke's clothing as it was identical to his own. Sasuke was clad in the same outfit as Naruto except his shirt had a high collar. Naruto fist bumped Sasuke as he said, would have thought you'd make a flashy entrance. We were going to until Kakashi got a message from the Hokage saying we had to show up on time, said Sasuke. Nice clothes, said Naruto. Seems you got the same thing as me. I'm guessing Kakashi told you about it. Sasuke smirked, yeah, I got the Anbu invite as well. We get to wear the uniforms to practice fighting in them. Yeah, they're pretty comfy. You seem rather confident. Good training month. Sasuke activated his Sharingan as he said, more than ready to whip your ass in the finals. If you even make it past Neji and most likely, Gaara. Naruto smiled slightly, we'll see, Shino's no pushover. Good luck with that. You better make it to the finals, said Naruto as he heard the stadium scream with a cheer as the Sandaime finished speaking. Seemed it was starting. Stadium floor. Hello, and welcome to the Chunin exams. I am Genma Shiranui and I will be the proctor for today's event, said Genma as the crowd erupted into cheers. Everybody please keep your cheers to a minimum as we introduce our finalists. One by one the genin walked out into the stadium. From Sunagaku, Temari, Kankuro, and Gaara, said Genma as each genin came out after one another when their name was called. Hailing from Konohagaku, Shino Aburame. The cheers got a little louder as Konoha was being introduced. Shikamaru Nara. Neji Hyuga, the crowd erupted as the Hyugas were a prevalent clan in Konoha. Sasuke Uchiha. The crowd went even wilder as the Golden Boy was introduced. Naruto Senju, said Genma as it seemed the crowd somehow got louder. Naruto looked astounded at the cheers. His eyes pondered to the Hokage as Hiruzen gave a smile. It seemed Hiruzen had gotten word around town about Naruto. And indeed he did. Konoha had been informed about Wave, who made Konoha their main trading partners, definitely boosting their economy. The claim of Naruto being the hero of Wave was prevalent as to why Konoha received such a trade partner, and the populace now knew. They were definitely grateful for that. Even a rumor had spread, also from Hiruzen, that since Naruto's body was that of a Senju's, the Kyuubi was perfectly tamed inside him. Naruto being a Senju had the power to tame the Kyuubi, so the rumors say. People began to believe that Naruto was indeed a hero, just like the fourth had wanted. It only took since Naruto became a Senju, 3 years ago, up until this point for it to spread to the entire populace. Naruto never noticed the shift in people's views as he was focused on training and missions with Team 7. He was so happy, and Naruto made a mental note to thank Hiruzen later. All he ever wanted was the village's admiration, and this was exactly how his dream started. Get ready, kid, you and the Hyuga are up first, said Genma silently to Naruto. Genma then spoke up loud to address the crowd. The first match of this Chunin exams finals is between Naruto Senju and Neji Hyuga. Will these fighters stay here while the rest wait in the finalists' box? Listening to instructions. Only Naruto, Neji, and Genma remained on the field as the rest of the group moved to the finalist box. Are both fighters ready? Said Genma as both nodded. First match of the Chunin exams, Hajime. Genma, the proctor of the third exam, called the match to start, but Naruto and Neji never moved. Neither Genin even entered a fighting stance as the crowd looked on confused at the proceedings. Senju-san, it seems you picked correct in that we would face each other, said Neji with a stoic demeanor. Naruto looked at Neji as he cracked his knuckles. I'm about to whoop your ass something serious. And while I'm doing it, remember that it's for Hinata-chan, said Naruto as he finally shifted into a stance. Neji twitched slightly at Naruto's words. He knew that Naruto was incredibly strong, but in his mind, he still believed he could defeat him. With his juke and gentle fist, he could seal up Naruto's tenketsu chakra points and coast to an easy win. Neji settled into the opening stance of the famed Juken as he activated his Byakugan all-seeing white eye. Naruto placed his hands in the ram seal as he channeled some chakra. Iwabunshin no Jutsu, rock clone technique, thought Naruto as around him, 8 Narutos appeared growing from the earth. Neji smirked. You do realize that I can tell which one is you. Those clones are meaningless when your chakra isn't distributed evenly, said Neji as he saw Naruto laugh. Just because you know which one is me, doesn't mean it'll make getting past them any easier, said Naruto as his 8 clones charged at Neji. 4 of his clones arrived first as they attacked Neji all at once. 2 struck from behind as 2 attacked from the front. Seeing the clones behind him, Neji performed a front flip over the 2 clones in front, evading all of the attacks. 2 clones were on Neji as he landed. They appeared flanking him on both sides, but he easily spun and slapped away their attempts to punch him. Once he finished spinning, another Naruto appeared and lashed out with an uppercut. Neji flew back into the air as he appeared to be struck by Naruto. However, it was actually evaded by Neji at the last second with only inches to spare. Neji, having enough of dodging, decided to rid himself of the clones. So when another 4 Naruto surrounded him, he gracefully leaped into the air and performed a spinning heel kick. The kick connected with all the Narutos as they crumbled into rocks from the powerful kicks. As soon as those 4 clones were destroyed, 2 more Narutos came rushing at Neji. Neji skillfully slapped away their attacks and destroyed them with a double palm strike. The final 2 clones appeared as Neji turned and finished them with a powerful open palm to their stomachs. Too easy, said Neji until he noticed something on one of the Narutos when it crumbled to rocks. Neji held up a guard as he was rocked by an explosion. Neji was sent skidding backward as he had a few singe marks on him from the explosion. He placed an explosive note in that clone. This is going to be difficult, thought Neji as he looked at Naruto. So the stories are true. The Byakugan does allow the user to see in a perfect 360. And he's fast enough to dodge all of the attacks. Seems I'll have to think of something. There has to be a weakness, I just need to find it, thought Naruto as he was cut from his musings when Neji spoke to him. It'll take a lot more than that to defeat me. Like I said before, my eyes see everything, said Neji. Naruto folded his arms and stared at Neji with a bored expression. And exactly what do you see with those eyes of yours? They allow me to see the truth of this world. Like how your skill is determined at birth. In other words, everything is predetermined when you're born. Bullshit, said Naruto at Neji's claim. I don't believe in any of that fate stuff. We create our own destiny in life, finished Naruto as he saw Neji smirk slightly. Amusing coming from a person like you. You're the perfect example of what I'm speaking of. You hail from the legendary Senju clan of the forest. You're related to 3 of Konoha's greatest ninjas ever produced. So it comes as no surprise that you're incredibly strong. You were strong before you were even born, said Neji. Naruto got slightly angry at Neji's words. Why do you think of people like that? I only speak the truth. You and I were fated to be stronger than the rest. That's why those imbeciles you faced, Lee, and Hinata-sama failed. They were predestined to fail no matter what. Everyone may be different, but we all have to walk the path that has been laid in front of us. The only fate common between everyone is death. Are you done? Asked Naruto, tired of talking to Neji. Neji's eyebrow arched upward slightly in confusion. What? As I said before, that fate stuff you're spilling out is complete bullshit. We make our own paths in life. I'm strong because I worked my ass off to get here and I had great teachers. But I will agree with you this time, you will have to walk the path laid before you. That path created by me consisting of an ass whooping as I'm just getting started, said Naruto. Naruto created 15 clones this time and like before had them rush at Neji. Hey, clones again. You should know this won't work against me. I won't fall for that cheap trick again, said Neji as he began to defend the clones' onslaught. Neji was even dodging Naruto's kunai and shuriken as he had taken to throwing them to keep Neji from destroying his clones. Neji had been dodging the clones' attacks and Naruto's projectiles efficiently until he was struck from behind with a kunai to his upper back. Wonder why he didn't dodge, thought Naruto as his kunai struck Neji in his right shoulder from behind. Neji pulled the kunai out of his back as he began to counterattack against the clones. Haka Rokuji and Sho 8 trigrams 64 palms, said Neji as he sped through attacks to get rid of the clones. With the blistering speed of his attacks, eventually Neji finished the clones. Neji then looked at the real Naruto standing a few feet away with a thoughtful expression. He hit me. Right in my blind spot. Though it could be seen as me not dodging in time, so I have nothing to worry about as long as he doesn't figure it out, thought Neji as he was beginning to get nervous. What if Naruto figured out his weakness? Finalist box. I thought the Byakugan allowed the user to see everything in a 360. How did Naruto hit him with that kunai? Asked Sasuke with his Sharingan activated. Sasuke knew Neji was fast enough to dodge it, so what was going on? Is there a blind spot to the Byakugan? Standing beside Sasuke, Shino and Shikamaru were thinking the same thing. In the audience, he hit Neji, thought Tenten shocked. But how? Neji can see everything in a 360. Don't tell me he found out the weakness to the Byakugan, thought Hiashi frantically as he saw Neji get hit in the back. Hiashi then looked shocked to see Neji's attack. To think a branch member figured out how to do that move. Impressive. Kakashi-sensei, said Sakura as Kakashi moved his head slightly to show he was listening. Why doesn't Naruto use any of his jutsu? He's much stronger than this. Well, in a tournament like this, it's more of a marathon, not a sprint. Naruto's just thinking ahead, said Kakashi as he continued to quell Sakura's confusion. He's pacing himself. In a marathon, you don't jump out the gates full speed. You pace yourself and save your energy. Naruto would still have another match, maybe 2 if he continues to win. He doesn't want to go all out in this fight, if possible, as it could lead to a loss later. Sakura nodded as she understood completely. I think Naruto's using his clones differently than that, said Asuma as everyone looked quizzical besides Kakashi and Guy. Kurenai figured out what he meant and explained. He's testing Neji while observing him from a distance. He's trying to find a weakness and the kunai that finally landed may have given him a clue. Everyone looked back at the fight as Neji had finished the clones. Kid's pretty good. He'll have my vote, thought Asuma thinking about Naruto. Back to the fight. Neji, not wanting Naruto to create more clones, rushed at Naruto with impressive speed. Neji attacked Naruto with a fast open palm to the stomach. Naruto looked shocked to see Neji move so quickly and couldn't evade fast enough. He was struck hard in the gut by Neji as he felt the air leave him. Neji was surprised to see his attack hit so easily, but wasn't disappointed when Naruto converted to mud shortly afterward, signaling a replacement. Neji began to scan the area as he saw Naruto appear standing on the stadium wall. Neji then looked shocked as the mud from Naruto's replacement morphed into a huge dragon head. He won't have enough time to dodge. This will hit him hard, thought Naruto. Naruto had performed a shunshin to appear on the stadium wall as he held the dragon seal. Doten, Doryuden Earth style, Earth Dragon Bullet, said Naruto as the dragon head fired massive mud balls at Neji. Not enough time to get out of the way. Looks like I'll have to use that technique, thought Neji as he began to spin around at high speeds. Kaiten rotation. Came the shout of Neji. Neji released a huge amount of chakra while spinning. Neji's spinning dome deflected the mud balls with ease as everyone looked shocked. In the audience, "Father, that was," started Hyashi's youngest daughter Hanabi before she was cut off. "Yes, that was one of the main branch's moves," said Hyashi as he thought, to think he'd figured both of those moves out by just watching them. Must make him a genius like none other. The boy is truly blessed with more ability than any other in the clan. Whoa, he just shrugged off Naruto's jutsu like it was nothing, said Sakura as she heard Tenten scoff. Of course he did. That move is Neji's perfect defense. Nothing gets past it. It'll be the reason Neji wins this fight, why he wins every fight, said Tenten, confident in her teammate's ability. Perfect defense. How's Naruto going to get past that? Said Sakura as the other rookie genin thought the same. Naruto v Neji. Neji stopped spinning once he noticed Naruto's jutsu end. He looked toward Naruto with a smirk. That was the most powerful defense. It is an absolute defense created by the Hyuga clan, even better than Gaara's sand, it cannot be beaten. You should just give up now, said Neji. Naruto narrowed his eyes until he finally looked like he figured something out. You have a blind spot, said Naruto as all the Hyugas in the stadium looked shocked. Did he figure it out? Thought Neji in a panic. Naruto smirked slightly as he said, from your expression, it must mean I'm correct in my judgment. That means, this will hurt. Neji was panicking, scanning his surroundings for an attack. After a few moments, Neji saw Naruto appear behind him with his hands clasped together. Suten no jutsu water style, water bullet technique, thought Naruto as he fired off a huge water ball at Neji. Useless, said Neji as he performed another kaiten. Upon stopping, Neji noticed Naruto was nowhere to be found. Neji immediately began to focus on his blind spot, trying to find Naruto. So engrossed with his blind spot, Neji didn't notice the ground beneath him crack slightly. Naruto came flying out of the ground with an uppercut. Neji felt the full impact of Naruto's punch to his chin as it lifted him off the ground. Neji's feet slightly got off the ground before his upward progress was halted by a sharp kick to his stomach. Neji was sent back as he landed on his back and slid a few more feet. As Neji was on his back, he looked up to see another water ball crashing down on top of him. I got tricked. I can barely move. I've only been hit 3 times. Are his attacks that strong? Thought Neji as he laid on the ground in pain and soaked from Naruto's jutsu. Naruto dusted himself off as he walked over to Neji. Neji was struggling to move as he said, "You were tricking me into believing that you had found a blind spot. Knowing that would make me scan my surroundings instead of focusing on the ground." Bingo, said Naruto before he whispered, "I also know that you have that blind spot in the upper right portion of your back. The kunai that landed earlier only confirms it," finished Naruto as he prepared to finish off Neji. "I was planning to thoroughly beat you to within an inch of your life, but Hinata-chan asked me not to. So I have to ask, what's going on with your family? It's clearly got you to think about this fate stuff so hard. And I'm guessing it has to do with past events involving you and Hinata," asked Naruto as he looked at Neji's down position. "You're correct in your judgment, Senju-san," started Neji weakly as he was still in pain from Naruto's attacks. "In our family, we are separated into 2 groups, the main family and the branch family. Those in the branch family are meant to serve the main family with their lives. We are even branded to forever bear the mark of a servant. We are given a seal to ensure our servitude to the main family. You wouldn't know what it's like to have a seal define you. Naruto was shocked to see Neji stand up immediately. You made a mistake. You're in my field of divination, said Neji as he took off towards Naruto. 2 palms, said Neji as he lashed out with 2 strikes. Shit, thought Naruto as he evaded both strikes. 4 palms. Neji lashed out with 4 strikes even faster than the last 2. Naruto still dodged all the strikes as Neji continued. 8 palms. Naruto finally was struck in the shoulder by one of Neji's hits. 16 palms. Neji hit Naruto 4 times as his pace continued to pick up. 32 palms. 0.64 palms. Naruto was struck 14 more times. Naruto even got the finishing double palm to the stomach as he was sent to the ground. Seems that I have prevailed, not even the legendary Senju clan can defeat the Hyuga. Proctor, call the match, he won't be getting up, said Neji until he saw Naruto picking himself up. Naruto was covered in an orange aura of chakra as he stood up. Well, that hurt, said Naruto as he looked completely unfazed by Neji's strikes. Where is this chakra coming from? Thought Neji as he could have sworn he saw it swirl into a fox. Finalist box. That's Bayu chakra. Is he a Jinchuriki? Thought Temari. Kankuro and Gaara were thinking the same. They knew the feeling of chakra from a Jinchuriki as Gaara was one as well. Shino and Shikamaru were trying to find out why Naruto's chakra was like that. Shino had sent a few bugs to figure out, but they died upon sucking up the chakra. What was going on with Naruto? Sasuke was the most shocked. Naruto, what the hell are you? Thought Sasuke as he looked at Naruto's chakra with his Sharingan. How powerful are you? In the audience. He's really in control of that power? Asked a random Chunin. Let's hope so. But I mean, it looks like the rumor was true. He seems in control, said another ninja as he watched Naruto. Naruto, what is that? You never showed that before. Thought Sakura about her teammate. Naruto-kun, thought Hinata as she coughed slightly. She was still injured from her fight with Neji. Holy hell, I can feel the alpha flying off of Naruto. What the hell is he? Thought Kiba as he felt Naruto's dominating presence. It just commanded obedience. How strong was he really? Naruto v Neji. You shouldn't have let your guard down, Naruto. You'd have been finished had I not been here, said Kurama as he funneled chakra into Naruto's system to open his chakra points back up. Thanks, Kurama. I owe you one. Though I might have been able to force it open with my chakra alone. Then again, it could have been made me lose a lot of chakra to try it with my own. Regardless, I was careless and now I've shown off your chakra. Now I have to answer everyone's questions. Troublesome, said Naruto back to Kurama in his head. What is that chakra? Came the slightly scared voice of the normally stoic Neji. Looks like I got careless, said Naruto as he still had that orange aura surrounding him. You shut down my chakra for a second. Had it not been for me being a Jinchuriki, this fight would have been over. The stadium was silent at Naruto's announcement. Most of the stadium already knew about Naruto's status as their Jinchuriki. Naruto's friends were confused, they had never heard of the word Jinchuriki before. Jinchuriki? Asked Neji. Jinchuriki, the power of human sacrifice. It's a term that describes one who contains a Bayu. To name a Bayu, let's go with the Kyuubi, said Naruto as Neji was slowly getting the picture. But it was said the Yondaime killed the Kyuubi. How could you be its Jinchuriki? It should be dead. But I'm not and your Yondaime is. Kurama 1, Yondaime 0. Suck it, said Kurama in Naruto's head. Naruto had to suppress a laugh at Kurama's words as he explained how. It's impossible to kill a Bayu. They are coalesced energy given a form. If the Yondaime managed to kill the Kyuubi, it would just disperse and eventually pop up again. Knowing that the Yondaime decided it best to seal the beast away, seal it into a boy. A boy who happened to be born on that day. That boy is me, said Naruto as he looked slightly dejected. So don't tell me that I don't know what it's like to have a seal placed on me that defines who I am. I've been judged since birth over something I have no control over, said Naruto as he rocketed toward Neji. Too fast, thought Neji as he resorted to another kaiten. Naruto stopped before reaching the spinning dome as he smirked slightly. Naruto placed his hands in the bore, then tiger hand seal. Doton, Yomi Numa Earth style, swamp of the underworld, said Naruto. Neji's spinning halted as a thick swamp appeared underneath him. Neji began to sink slightly as the mud swallowed him up to his ankles. What? Said Neji until he was cut off by the sudden appearance of Naruto atop the mud beside him. Neji caught Naruto's punch and attempted to strike with a finger jab until Naruto caught his wrist. Due to Neji's hands being tied up and his legs still sinking in the mud, he had no protection against Naruto's knee to his stomach. As Neji was bent over from the impact of Naruto's knee, he received a vicious kick to the side of the head. Naruto had done a spin kick to launch Neji out of the swamp. His attacks have gotten stronger, thought Neji as he was laying on the ground in pain from Naruto's QB-enhanced blows. Naruto let his orange aura fade as he said, "This fight is over. I can withstand your Juken strikes since I can just reopen my chakra points. And I can keep you from activating your absolute defense. Just give up before you get hurt more." Neji struggled to get up as he refused to give up. "This fight isn't over," said Neji as he stumbled toward Naruto. Naruto shook his hand as he easily dodged Neji's attack. "You should know when to give up. You're fighting despite being totally outclassed and already injured. If this was a real fight, it would cost you dearly. These exams are about proving your Chunin material," said Naruto as he decked Neji with an elbow to the face. Neji was on the ground, laying on his back in pain, as Naruto continued. "By continuing to fight, it just shows you aren't ready for prime time." When Naruto finished speaking, he smashed a fist into Neji's gut. The ground around Neji cracked slightly as a small amount of blood flew from his mouth. Neji couldn't move a muscle as the pain was too much for him. Genma, having seen enough, decided to call the fight. "Shusa, Naruto Senju." Naruto looked up to the crowd as he waved to their cheers. "I should have known you were fated to win. You're a Senju after all," said Neji weakly. Naruto looked toward Neji with red, slitted eyes. "I'm sick of this fate stuff. I'm not great because I'm only blessed with natural talent. I've worked hard to get where I've gotten. And honestly, I'd rather be in the same class as Lee, cause he's not a coward. He doesn't give in to his fate. Just because he can only use taijutsu, doesn't mean he gave in to his fate of never being a great ninja. You, however, are a great ninja. Blessed with incredible talent, yet you don't let yourself fly due to your weak-ass views of the world," finished Naruto as his eyes turned back to violet. Naruto went running out of the stadium, blowing kisses to the crowd. The medics arrived to take Neji away as Genma spoke to him for the first time. When captured birds grow wiser, they try to open their cage with their beaks. They don't give up because they want to fly again, said Genma as Neji was taken away. Cage box. The Kazekage sat next to the Hokage as they watched the fight. "Seems like you have two promising gen in their Hiruzen dono. Especially that Senju boy, quite powerful even without using his Bijuu's chakra," said the Kazekage as Hiruzen smiled. "Indeed Naruto-kun is. I believe he definitely showed skills worthy of a Chunin. And even though Neji is a strong ninja, I can't see him getting the nod for Chunin," said Hiruzen as he watched Naruto exit into the tunnel. "True. Very true. Well, let's watch the next match, shall we?" said the Kazekage as Hiruzen nodded. Arena floor 5 minutes later. The crowd eventually calmed down and they were ready for the next match. Now on to match 2 of these finals. "Will Kankuro and Gaara come down?" started Genma until he was cut off. "I forfeit Proctor," said Kankuro as he received boos for his announcement. "Okay. Winner by forfeit, Gaara," said Genma as he just went to the next match on the list. Match 3 of the finals. Will Shino Aburame and Sasuke Uchiha make their way down? Sasuke and Shino made their way down to the arena floor. On the way down, Sasuke saw Naruto walking up. "Jinchuriki," said Sasuke as Naruto looked towards him. "Something like that," said Naruto as he and Sasuke looked at each other. Shino nodded to Naruto but continued walking to let the two friends speak. Sasuke stared at Naruto for a few seconds until he smirked. "I'm still gonna beat you. Having that power won't help you from my onslaught." Naruto smiled slightly as he said, "We'll see. I still dance better than you." Said Sasuke as he fist bumped Naruto, smiling as well. "Nice of you to hide your hand seals by having your back to me. I was certainly trying to copy a few to add to my arsenal." Naruto laughed slightly as he did keep his back to Sasuke during his fight to prevent that. "See you in the finals," said Naruto as he headed up to the finalist box. Of course, you just better be ready for prime time, said Sasuke as he went down into the arena floor to fight. Finalist box. Naruto showed up in the finalists box a little later as he looked around to see the other finalists stare at his arrival. Naruto looked apprehensive until Shikamaru smiled slightly. Troublesome, of course you have something like that. Don't worry, you're still Naruto. Being a Jinchuriki won't change that fact, said Shikamaru as he held out a fist to Naruto. Naruto smiled as he bumped fist with Shikamaru. He even saw Sakura and the rest of his friends looking at him with a smile. Seemed he was worrying over nothing. Arena floor. Sasuke and Shino were facing each other as Genma looked at both of them. Are both fighters ready? After a nod from both, Genma said, the third match of the Chunin exam finals. Hajime. As soon as Genma finished speaking, Sasuke had to sprint back to evade the bugs flying out of Shino's sleeves. Those bugs of his are going to be troublesome. Who's to say there isn't one already on me? And then again I could be looking at a clone in the first place, thought Sasuke as he dodged again. Dodging once more, Sasuke had enough of the bugs and flew through several hand seals. Kaiten, Gokakyu no Jutsu fire style, grand fireball technique, said Sasuke as he fired a huge fireball that tore off into Shino's bugs. However, Sasuke was in for a surprise as he saw Shino's bugs take the fireball and not burn to death. Shino then spoke as he explained. Sasuke-san, do you believe I wouldn't prepare for your jutsu? These bugs are fire resistant and as such, your fire jutsu is useless against them, said Shino as he sent another wave of bugs towards Sasuke. Sasuke had listened to Shino's explanation and wasn't surprised. Of course he'd have bugs like that. Now I need to find the real Shino. The one before me is a clone as Genjutsu didn't work on him, thought Sasuke as he dodged the bugs again. Sasuke, having enough of Shino hiding, decided to get rid of hiding spots. Rat, tiger, dog, ox, rabbit, tiger, thought Sasuke as he went through those hand seals. Kaiten, Hosenka Mekyaku fire style, Phoenix Sage fire annihilation, said Sasuke. Sasuke unleashed a dozen huge volleys of fire, almost comparable to 12 grand fireballs, into the trees. Upon contacting something, the fireballs exploded, creating a raging fire that blazed through the forest. In the audience, hot damn, said Kiba as he saw Sasuke's jutsu. That pretty much summed up everyone's collective thoughts. Kakashi only I smiled at his student. Troublesome, said Shikamaru as Naruto looked on with a smile at his friend. Arena floor. Shino came flying out of the forest to dodge Sasuke's impressive jutsu. I didn't think he had a jutsu of that scale, thought Shino as he landed out in the open, away from the blazing forest fire. Sasuke never gave Shino a chance to do anything as he was already upon him. Sasuke threw a punch at Shino that connected with the bug user's face and sent him skidding back. Shino, after getting punched a few feet away, looked up to see Sasuke in a stance identical to Rock Lee's. Seems he's using the Goken strong fist. I'm not that good at taijutsu and as such he would defeat me decisively in hand-to-hand combat. I need to keep him away, thought Shino as the flames began to die down slightly. Not wanting Sasuke to attack him again, Shino let loose another barrage of bugs at Sasuke. The bugs flew at Sasuke in a spiraling motion. Bosui no Jin spindle formation, said Shino. The jutsu was too fast and widespread as Sasuke was struck in the gut by Shino's bugs. Shino watched Sasuke as his bugs were slowly gathering around him. It's over, thought Shino until he noticed something was wrong. Genjutsu Kai. Shino broke the genjutsu placed on him by Sasuke as the Sasuke in front of him disappeared from view. Attempting to find Sasuke with his bugs, Shino was too late in pinpointing the Uchiha as he felt Sasuke kick him high into the air. While airborne, Sasuke appeared behind Shino using the Kage Buyu, shadow of the dancing leaf. It's over, said Sasuke as he planted several kicks into Shino's body that sent him crashing toward the ground. Just before Shino hit the ground, Sasuke planted another kick into his midsection. Shishirenden, Lion's Barrage, said Sasuke. Shino laid prone on the ground as his bugs seeped back into his body to run damage control. You almost had me there, Shino. Too bad, you may have won that fight, said Sasuke. Shusa, Sasuke Uchiha, said Genma as the crowd lit up in cheers. Genma looked toward Sasuke as he said, you're lucky he looked at your eyes when you were being covered by his bugs. He would have never been placed in that genjutsu and you would have had your chakra drained. Those bugs were even draining you as you did that final move. You got lucky, kid. Sasuke deactivated his Sharingan as he turned away from Genma. A win's a win in my books, said Sasuke as Genma smirked. The kid was right. Cage box. Konoha seems to produce great ninjas. Both of those kids were splendid. The bug boy had a great plan and was well prepared for his opponent. He'll likely be promoted. And that Uchiha boy, what a splendid display of all three facets of a shinobi, said the Kazekage. Hiruzen looked on proudly at his two ninjas. Perhaps you're right, Kazekage Dono. Seems it's true that the younger generation always surpasses the previous generation. Arena floor 5 minutes later. After the crowd settled down and the fire was fully put out, Genma announced the next match. Match 4 of the finals. Will Shikamaru, Nara and Temari make their way down, said Genma as Temari made her way to the arena floor. Shikamaru tried to stay but Naruto pushed him over the railing so he'd get down there. After a few moments, Sasuke came into the finalist box as he smirked at Naruto. Seems you did improve over the month break. Finally got that jutsu down, I see, said Naruto upon seeing Sasuke. There's more where that came from. Just you wait. I'm more than prepared to face you. Even with your orange chakra, said Sasuke confidently as they watched the next match unfold. The match was pretty boring. Temari just kept swinging her fan at Shikamaru who kept hiding, only firing his shadow at Temari at random intervals. The fight didn't get interesting until the very end as Shikamaru pulled out an elaborate plan to capture Temari. Arena floor. Are you ever going to stop hiding? Said Temari as she swung her fan once more. Shikamaru braced himself for the winds as he decided it was time. Shikamaru placed his hands in the rat hand seal as a shadow extended from the darkened area of the stadium, untouched by the sun. Temari jumped back to get out of the way of the shadow as it approached, growing farther due to the sun moving down slightly. Eventually, it stopped and she stopped backflipping. Is that how far you can go now? Said Temari until she noticed another shadow appear at the end of Shikamaru's extended shadow. Temari looked up to see a parachuted shirt attached to a kunai. That shirt gave Shikamaru more shadow to use for his jutsu. Shit, thought Temari as she backpedaled a little more. Luckily the shadow stopped moving again as she smirked once again. Looks like that's as far as you can go, little boy. My turn, said Temari until a flash bomb dropped behind her. Boom. The flash bomb went off and Temari found out she couldn't move. Kajime no Jutsu shadow possession technique success, said Shikamaru as Temari looked shocked. Seeing Temari's face, Shikamaru decided to explain. Before I even extended my shadow the first time, I tossed up both my shirt and that flash bomb in the air. From that point, my calculations proved correct as you went exactly where I wanted you to go. All those other moves before were just to set you up for checkmate. The flash bomb made a huge shadow of you and from there it was simple getting my jutsu to grab you. And now, said Shikamaru as he raised his hand, making Temari raise hers. He planned all of this out. What the hell is he? Thought Temari frantic as she closed her eyes in anticipation. I forfeit, said Shikamaru. What? Came the voice of Temari and even Ino in the stands. I'm done. All those times I used my jutsu made me run out of chakra. I can probably only hold you for another 10 seconds. And if I did win, I'd have to face someone as troublesome as Sasuke Uchiha, who knows exactly how to beat me as he did it in the academy. There'd be no point in me continuing in this tournament. I'm done. Finished Shikamaru as his shadow did dissipate after 10 seconds. Genma chuckled slightly. Nara clan members. Oh well. Shusa, Temari, said Genma as the crowd booed Shikamaru for his forfeit when he had won basically. In the audience. Lazy ass, said Sasuke as Naruto chuckled. True that. But he did display enough to be a Chunin. That's what we're here for anyway. Shika could care less about winning the tourney, said Naruto as he watched Shikamaru walk back up. True, but he basically said he was scared of me. Seems I already have people fearing the name, Sasuke Uchiha, said Sasuke smugly. Right, anywho, time for me to face Gaara. Don't let your jaw hang down too low when you see me defeat him, said Naruto as he vanished in a shunshin. Cage box. Seems you might have 4 new Chunins Hokage Dono. Impressive even though that boy quit, said the Kazekage. How right you are. Those four have shown the aptitude to become Chunins of the Leaf. I'm proud of them. Seems it's time to see your son fight finally, said Hiruzen as the intermission between the first round was over. This is the match I've wanted to see. Naruto Senju versus my Gaara. Sure to be an exciting affair, said the Kazekage. Hopefully Gaara kills that boy before he can be defeated. Just because Naruto-kun can use his Bijuu's chakra doesn't mean he can stop a Jinchuriki who can go farther in his transformations, thought the Kazekage. Arena floor 5 minutes later. Genma stood on the arena floor as sand began to appear a few feet away from him. Gaara had arrived in a shunshin. Then in just a flash of yellow, Naruto appeared, opposite Gaara, in a shunshin as well. Kids fast, thought Genma as he prepared to start the semi-finals. Are both fighters ready? Match 5 of the Chunin exam finals. Hajime, said Genma as the next round began. That will be it for this video. If you want more, comment down below, like, subscribe. And see you guys later.